I think we are online. Of course, I have to check it. We have already one comment from Murat, which I was talking to like 5 minutes ago, saying that gentleman is back in town. Yeah, I am. And let me check the stream before everything. Okay, I can hear myself. Hello, Murat. And now I will mute myself and basically start. The hard thing is normally I do everything with 2 monitors. You know, open this thing and move it down, and it's supposed to be, you know, part of what I'm doing because there are so many things here, but we'll do our best to make it, you know, without it basically. So I wanna try to start with the production stuff, which is likely gonna be the impacts and risers, creating a 1 or 2 bar, actually not 1 or 2 bar, just half a bar, like 2 for intro to copy paste the clean. That's most of the time how I do it. Maybe I can just start the riff right away, but imagine this riff starts right away. I think it doesn't make any sense because there should be at least a couple of things like a drum move, something like that, or maybe just a clean with a riser. So we're gonna think about that, and I will basically copy paste the bass and copy paste again, but this time go 1 octave higher, maybe 2, depends on the synths we're gonna choose, and we're gonna create a synth stack, maybe a couple of orchestral stuff. It's a quite small riff, so most of the time these things are not even considered, but it's all about what we're gonna feel, right? So at the same time I want to do one more thing, which is leveling everything. That's gonna be, you know, our base. So first of all, I know I will have more than one synth, so I'm not gonna name it, you know, anything meaningful. I just want to create a synth stack because normally it should be there, but it's not because this is the songwriting template. That's why I put everything just 1, not 2 or 3. So since the names will change, like, you know, path or synthwave or whatever, the preset I choose, I will work on it. And the synth goes to bus 33, which is the instrumental bus. Everything will be there most of the time, but before everything we have to accept a couple of facts. That drum sounds like good because I am using Nolly's mixed stuff, kind of pre-mixed stuff, and I'm gonna disable that after I put the impacts and rises and stuff. But let's finish the whole thing first. And I talk too much, so let's play the whole thing for one time, then we can add the other stuff along the way. I have a lot of impacts and risers. I'm not using splice, so we're not gonna, you know, search through and browse everything. I know a couple of things that I would probably like, and we will go for it. So you gotta hear the riff first, right? that's how it sounds. And first of all, I can easily do this, copy paste everything to the bass DI. I'm gonna mute other stuff because it's kind of hard to work with right now. Normally I solo something, but you should hear me as well. Actually, maybe we can test that. When I'm gonna solo the bass, and I want to check the vocals if it comes to you or not. You cannot hear me, but I think you can hear the whole stuff, the whole mix, which is good. Most of the time you don't need to hear me. Maybe I should check that. Okay, that's good. That's good. I just checked the stream, and apparently you can hear if I mute something. Everything goes around this instrumental bus, which is what I plan to. Normally I'm using stereo out only for mastering, and I put everything related to mixing to instrumental bus. We can call it mix bus, but in case I add some vocals, I have to add a couple more stuff, so that's why I named it kind of proper way. But that's good. So okay, I won't talk too much, or maybe if I do this solo stuff is killing me, man. Really, it's kind of hard to work around. Maybe I should do something about it. Oh, actually, maybe I can use the vocals and send it some other way. Okay, this is okay. I was talking about apparently you weren't hearing me. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just continue as it is and continue as I planned, meaning in the production steps I will mute the other instruments, so you will hear me while I'm doing stuff. Maybe when we start mixing and stuff, I can just mute myself, and it would be much easier to work, because if I solo something you don't hear me. That's kind of problem at the moment. Maybe I can fix it some other way. Okay, let's continue. We have the bass DI and the bass itself, of course. The thing is, wait a second. Did I update you? No, of course I didn't update you. Yes. I'm using the DI, and I also use the original way of doing this. But the difference is this is a groove bass. I forgot to change that. Sorry. Let's go here, come to the rack view, go to libraries, and let's change it to groove bass. Okay, now it's okay. I'm gonna remove the subs a bit, and I'm gonna push the tone a little bit, and I'm gonna make sure that humanize is kind of same, so they're not gonna clashing in. This is a randomized thing. Maybe I should change it, but still. And the most important part, this both bass DI and bass is actually sharing the same notes, of course. For that reason I will try this. Yeah, it works. This way I don't have to copy paste these notes. And now the most important thing that I forget was using the what is called, it is, oh wait, an audio unit will report the problem which might cause the system. Wow. Recover? What is that? Okay, Can you hear me? I think you can hear me. I will check that with the stream, but apparently there was an error. That was bad. And it normally does not happen. And stream is okay, so let's continue. What I'm gonna do now is to use stream position overrides. I kind of know what I'm playing, so we are going to update the MIDI in a way that it's going to support the right notes. So apparently 6 string override is this one, and this note is basically this one. Okay, and I want to do, of course, the exact same thing for the other ones, and I know that I am using most of the time 6, 5 and 4th string, so I just want to take these. Probably I'm not going to use this one, but still I already know the notes, so let's start with this one. This is also 6th string. This is 4th string. And we continue with 6th string. It's kind of an annoying thing, but it has to be done. I mean, I'm not claiming that it's gonna be a good, very good stream for, you know, it's not gonna be boring. It's very entertaining. Sometimes you have to do the stupid work. Okay, sorry. This is a 6th string bass. Apparently I need to do this. And take this. It's gonna be used on the 3rd. Yeah, let's continue. The UI is complete, you know. Actually, let's hear it for the first time. Make it natural. And do I use any note thing? No. Okay, I think it'll work. If it's natural, it's Actually, it's much better to continue with synthesizers. I will work on the other stuff later, because I realized I cannot change the tuning of the bass, so it's most of the time it's kind of better to use the, you know, this force feature depending on what I'm doing, and it requires really a bit of, you know, analysis. It's not gonna be just boring for you, but it's gonna be boring for me, and since there's a camera in front of me, it's gonna create extra pressure to, you know, I shouldn't make a mistake. I think it's much better if I leave this one as natural, but it's, of course, same goes. How did you change back to, oh come on, interesting. But wait, I want to hear it. Wait a second. Nah, we need a ding wall. This is a ding wall demo, 100%. Yeah, just take this back, make it natural. The other one was ascending. Make it natural. I'm gonna force the other strings later. Or I can even do, you know, 6-string override only in a way that, you know, it's gonna force the 6-string all the time, and if it cannot do it, it'll just move to the other strings. But yeah, not sure about that. Let's continue. And which one is this? This is base DI, but it's not a DI. Add the tone. Of course, it's gonna be very small. But the original bass, it's heavy or not? Okay, it's impossible, but I'm gonna make it possible after the stream. Okay. I'm gonna make it a little bit dirty, like 20%. Okay, now it's time to get the support. We need a copy paste here. I'll take the second synth. It'll be just the bass or the riff support. Highlight the, I'm gonna push it. Wait a second. Come here, change the name, change the color. Open it in the MIDI, right? And everything will be, yeah, like this. And I'm using Anna, I don't know how it's called. And we're gonna use a couple of bass stuff. There are a lot of examples, and I don't know most of them. Maybe psytrance stuff could be nice, but what I need is something percussive. But let's hear them first. Okay, we need that in the context now. For the context, sorry. Just for this riff, I think it's kind of okay, and I'm going to remove these depending on if it's working or not. But yeah, let's check the other stuff as well, and I'm gonna mute these ones again. Let's check the other stuff. This kind of stuff is much better because right now this will be against the bass, not against the guitar. No. Nope, too much. Good enough, but not sure. No. No arpeggiation. Too much boominess on this one. Nope. Nope. No, too much. Now this is good. Now this is good. Okay, in the context, please. So I'm not gonna create a second or third melody because if you're from the previous stream, some of you guys are, like Murat. This is about a, you know, tiny cool Instagram riff slash video, and I'm not quite sure if I should add more than necessary. So I'm thinking of using the same stuff, follow the riff, and maybe, depending on the situation, follow the clean melody if necessary, but we're gonna see about that. But so far what I find is this. I'm gonna put this one even more, but not all the notes, like the zeros here probably will be gone. Totally depends on what I'm feeling about it. This pad, for example, is too much. And lightly I need something like a not a lead but a pad. And let's check these. Probably and highly likely this will just follow the guitar. Same goes for, you know, bass. So this can be an intro, by the way, this part. Maybe not. This one is funny. So far I like the plucks, but they don't have this, you know, support that I was expecting to get from a synthesizer. I think if I destroy the transition, but transition? No, that's not the word. If I move the release and sustain, and take all of these one octave back. And put where he's, behind. Welcome to the stream, Alexandru Matescu. Thanks so much. But not sure about this synthesizers. Actually, the synthesizer 2, which is, let's call it bass layer, or just bass as a bass synth. But I'm not quite sure this should stay. I thought about it too much, and I think it just kills the vibe. I think they should go. Okay, this is better than I expected. And how long this bar is? I think it's big enough. Okay. Let's insert silence between sections, and now we have this empty area, and we are going to use it for, I don't know, a small entrance. So let's hear the clean. I'm going to okay, not bounce in place, because last time I did this it created a mess. Not bounce and join, convert, split. I swear I know this app, but sometimes I forget certain areas. Yeah, select. Nope. Yeah, okay. That's not what I want. Or was it this one? Oh yeah, comp A. Rep flatten. Yeah, this is the one. This is the thing I want. Yeah. I'm gonna take this like this, and I'm gonna reverse it. And it's not gonna work for some reason. Interesting. Now I understand the problem. I think it's because I was using the whole thing. If I use, oh sorry, if I use reverse here, yeah, it should work. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, not the, yeah, we have this issue here. I should use this. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna, if I do this, it's not gonna work. I was thinking of comping or flexing that, but it's not gonna be a good one. Okay, let's go back. I didn't like, what's happening in here. So what we are going to do is use flex for this one. I really didn't want to do it, just at least for this one. Make it rhythmic, get the analysis, put it back. Yeah, and time to listen. And close the flex. I think I went too much. And this is not reversed for some reason. Okay. We have to reverse it now. It's not. That's even more interesting. What's happening? Maybe I should do something. Okay. Let's bounce this. Then reverse it. Put it back. Oh, this time it's just bounce in place. Yeah. Take this, reverse this, remove. Okay, I'll think about the clean guitar and should I redo it or not. Probably simple flex will solve that situation. If it's still on, maybe I can even push further. Yeah, come here. Like this. Okay, now close it. Okay, it should work. Okay, we are not doing the mixing yet, but I can push it just a little bit further, just to make sure that we are getting all of the stuff, all of the tones. Okay, then I'm gonna do an automation here, and it'll be a basic stuff, basically removing this one and this one, and actually even this one, because and now it's time to add a riser, and we go back. Okay, so these are the sample packs that I have, and I try to find something. I think this, where was it? This tension. I think this is the one. There's supposed to be a riser here. Let's put this one. I know it's a little bit long, but what I'm gonna do is actually is gonna be enough. Even just this part will be enough, but let's hear it first. Yeah, from here impacts will go off, but this is not good enough, at least by itself. Okay, let's use the second one. Again, I only need the first rising part. I know most of the time these are not so effective, because even by looking you can understand how low they are, but it's enough for me because I'm gonna push them a lot. And this is the part where I go and click and say create track stack, do summing stack, call them risers, open them and move them to the instrumental bus so you can hear everything correctly. Yeah, like this. And maybe 2 atonal and 1 tonal could be a good combination. Okay, I want to try something. This thing will require a lot of work, but let's move this to what's that? Bus 20. Where is bus 20? Risers. Yeah. I wanna. Whoa, no notation. Run. I wanna start from something around here, and then move this one because I wanna take the note out of it. But this one has to be automated. Has to be automated. And we'll do it like this. But our note is not C. Obviously, it's A. So I have to quantize this. Sorry, transpose this. Stupid. It's gonna be minus 2, 3, B, A sharp, and A. 3 semitones. Okay, I think it's time to go to the impacts. Trying to move faster, trying to, you know, that's good, let's add it. That's good, let's add it. This is the one I want. Let's go to the risers, sorry, impacts. These impacts weren't good because they have too much textures in them. So I'm gonna call this one a tonal 1, a tonal 2, and tonal transposed. They are all in the riser, so I don't have to think about anything else, you know, as a name. And this will be impacts 1. I know, just, you know, by the names of it, it doesn't mean anything, but it will, you know, be changed soon. What's the level of this? Make it 0 first. I shall make both of them 0 because I didn't anything here yet, and the original impact bus is already 0, so let's hear it. I need a push. This is not enough. And it's on the right place, right? It goes instrumental bus, so you can also hear it. Yeah, you can hear it. I can even understand, you know, that just by checking the fader. That's good. So go for something boomy. Okay, let's try this one, but it's quite short, so maybe I should support it. Okay, they work well. Maybe I need another one though. By the way, I am quite annoyed by the rhythm guitars. I will add one small stuff, which is this one. By the way, why this thing keeps open? Sorry. And we have, I think, 1 millisecond look ahead, so that's supposed to be more than fine. I'm looking for something a little bit interesting again for the sections, because as you can see I used the first impact for this, you know, as a section starter, and I want to support that. So we can even make it 3. I don't, whoa, impact 3. There is one here, it's called blown. Sounds good. And I'm gonna compress all of them, even though they have different values. I'm gonna just cut the peaks and I'm gonna glue them just a little bit together. At least that's the plan. Not sure how good it's gonna sound after that. I think it's good enough for now. And normally, and at the end of, you know, the whole thing, the whole outro, I also add something, and it's always, you know, it's not even original. It's basically one of the one shots that I have. It's the, was it drones? Yes, this one. That's it. And this is more than okay. I'm not quite sure how good it's gonna sound, but this is not a riser, it's just a drone. So I'm not quite sure if I will add another drone. Maybe I can just, you know, play my own. But so far, let's drone transposed. Probably I wrote it wrong. Anyway, -3 for A, and move it down and try it. Not sure if you heard it because I forgot that I should add that at there somewhere. Make it summing stack, make it called drone, and it should go to the bus 33 instruments. Yeah, let's try it again. Maybe a bit much, so I put it back. Yeah, that's nice. Maybe I can stop around here with automation and fading. That's gonna be okay. So we got a couple of impacts, but I don't think it's enough, and we should also add 1 and 2 risers here, but not sure if these tonal risers work. So let's try it. I didn't hear that. No, wait, it wasn't. You know, I have to do an automation probably. Actually, it works, but maybe I can. Wait a second. There's a small problem. it's supposed to be part of these two. So if I close this, yeah, I should lose all of them. That's nice. I'm not gonna use this one. I'll take two of them and let's hear it. Okay, I will definitely push this. Or okay, let's add another one. Let's add another one. And it's supposed to be again, where was it? Yeah, this guy. And no, a tunnel drone, riser. Yeah, this one, the last one. Yeah, something like that. So I got this transition riser. I'm gonna try this one. Yeah, just the beginning, you know. Yeah. Too much. Too much. Still too much. Okay. But none of the impacts are good, so I have to steal from Nolly again. And there are a couple custom stuff. Subs project, samples, imported, this one. Let's copy again. And I have to take this one. Well, unfortunately I forgot to cut this, so let's do this. I'm gonna do this. It's important to cut, you know, at the right place. And apparently it's supposed to be exactly like this. Let's try it. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, you know. That's what I'm talking about. Now I will try something here. Well, not like this. I'm gonna push this, copy this, and I'm gonna use this one as a section start to support the other ones, because the other ones have even if I compress them and put a huge tail, it's not gonna work as I wanted. But this one is gonna work fine. I know it because I used it, you know, many times in many songs. After the whole mix, everything will just, you know, kind of glued. But so far, of course, we have a lot to do. And so I added a small synth. I'm not quite sure if I should put this stuff, you know, kind of naked, especially riff itself. I don't know if it requires more support, but I think it's time to mix a little, because I need to hear it in a little bit clean context. So let's go to the guitars, and I wanna do the trick first. You're gonna say, what is the trick? What is the trick, Yasin? It's not my trick anyway, right? I'm gonna say lows. I'm gonna say lows here. I'm gonna, whoa, come on. I'm gonna steal these reefs. No, I'm gonna steal the takes. And for R lows and for L lows, we're gonna follow a certain step, which is, let's move it a little bit. Yeah, whoa, it's too small. I'm going to use them as it is, but I'm gonna destroy the frequencies here and leave only these ones. And If you want, you can push them, but it's all about isolating them. You can even use this knob, but it doesn't go as low as we want. So if you hear them solo, it's gonna, and it's not enough because I forgot one thing. It's actually the first thing I should have done. We're gonna transpose them as low as possible, and if you hear them now, maybe it doesn't sound good. Yusuf hoş geldin. Ben de bir şeyler kaydediyordum. Gene denk geldik. Hoş geldin stream'e. Bu demoyu bitirmeye çalışıyorum da. What I'm gonna do, you will probably not gonna hear too much, especially in this context, because it's not, not mixed yet. But these lows are all about adding the low frequencies, pushing them in the guitars. And this, in the rhythm guitar, I already have this multiband compressor taming it and gluing it. So with and without, okay. So it actually hits well, and it's a small thing. And there's another move that I again learned it from Buster, like every single modern metal gent thol guy. Let's move them down first. Sorry for that. By the way, if you wanna use this thing, maybe you can, copy paste the just a WAV file and use a filter, or do something like that, or send it to another bus and call it, I don't know, rhythm guitar lows, and do a pitch shifting plus the filtering. The same thing will apply. And the second thing I'm gonna do is to use, where is it? It's Pro EQ. Yeah. Was it the one? No, that's not the one. It's supposed to be the multiband compressor. Yasin, come on. Yeah. Can you hear me? Yes. I have again a stolen thing here. Again, I got it from Buster Guitar His Cleaner. This is good for low stuff. Right now I'm on drop A, which is not low, not even considered low. It's just a 7-string standard-ish stuff. But I am curious about how it's gonna sound. Will there be a difference? So let's hear it together. If it makes it cleaner, which would be really nice for me, then I can keep it. It's not big, but I have the CPU for it. It's kind of small change, and even annoying, depends on who you are, when I do the hammer-ons and pull-offs, because I maybe should automate that section out. I really like the tail of it, but I think we can use it. I mean, that's actually, meaning that I'm gonna use it. Normally it's not required to put it on a lows, but I want to hear with it. You know, small things make a huge difference here. It actually, without me changing anything, cleaned the toms. Damn. It didn't clean the toms. It just creates space for the toms. Big difference. Sorry. And when I use the groove bass, it was also masking the tom area. And when I use the nully bass, it changed a little. It's just chasing for a certain tone that is gonna fit in the mix. I didn't chase that. It happened by itself. I just liked the tone of nully bass and the ding wall. Yeah, that's why I used it actually. But still, I think it's a good thing. I'm not sending anything to the parallel bus yet. Do I? I know this is the piano. I don't care that I'm not using it right now. There's one more move that I wanna make. It's basically something stupid, very stupid, but I like stupid, and maybe I should do stupid. When I say it like that, it doesn't mean anything, but when I show it to you, that's gonna be different. Okay, this is too high. Yeah, okay. We're gonna use that. We're gonna use that with a couple of notes like this, and it's gonna have this crescendo effect. Hopefully, just hoping for it. So I don't like notes, bro. Yeah, like this. I need to find its range first. I need to go advanced, by the way. What is this? Okay. I thought I'm gonna lose the stream. It's happening for the second time, and it's coming from contact. As you can see, I should reopen this, and now it works. I don't know why. Did I lose multiband compression? I'm not a production wizard, so yeah, okay, it's here. Yeah, okay, let's continue. Make this start 0 millisecond because I have to do it that way, sorry. I think these are good, right? Which note is this? Is something C1, I guess. Let's go to the MIDI piano roll, play C1, whoops, C1. And I'm gonna put a very small crescendo. Or something like that. Whoa, that's gonna be too fast. We can also do it this way. Let's move every second one. Okay, the big one should be around 100 and I don't know, 15. Smaller ones should be around 97. This one should be around 85, and this one should be around, I don't know, 70. Let's try it. No, this was too slow. This was too slow. No. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. We should okay, wait. Make this one a second one because it's really big. Move this one here. I basically moved them back, I know. I will just put Yeah. No. Oh wait, this is wrong. Yeah, it's supposed to be like this. We're gonna keep these ones a little bit higher, like 79. Move here, take this. Oops, that's wrong. Let's take this one too. And I'm gonna move these ones. Okay, let's try it again, right? It's still slow. It's really slow. But one idea. Okay. What if I do Nah, I'm not so sure. I think what I can do is just keep them like this and move them like this. At least just the last four should give me what I need. Okay, let's try this one. I really think this will be okay. Right now the sound level is too much, so it may sound like irritating. Actually, even this one is enough, but let's move them like this and let's hear it. Yeah, it's actually good. So I should go back and move this one too, because it's actually good. And it'll be kind of halfway through working, but it's fine. It's really fine. Yeah, just make it a little bit down. It's just gonna give us some more rhythm feeling, that's all. There's something stupid. This one is not good. Let's hear it. Yeah, and with this. Okay, let's move it back a little. And I will move all impacts just a couple dB. And time to compress this, because it's kind of annoying that it's, you know, do a small distortion. Chat music. Hello man, you're kind of here since the first live streams. Thanks for coming. This is not the song, this is just a demo. I just want to, you know, put out for, I don't know, Instagram basically, because, you know, I don't want to do anything like a song right now. I don't have too much time for it, you know, it requires a different approach. And right now I'm too focused on this Instagram stuff. It has to be kind of flashy and stuff, It's not the best riff, not even close, but still I think it's kind of interesting. So I wanted to make it, you know, a kind of Instagram thing, and I also wanted to share the progress. You're a very good songwriter. I'm totally the opposite, man. Totally the opposite. But thank you so much for the consideration. That's I appreciate it. Kind of needed that. So let's hear the cleans and level it out. Yeah, like this. Now we compress it a little bit and put it back, you know, like compressed around 5 dB and added 3.5. I think it's good enough because the goal was making the small nuances, you know, here audible, and now it's a little bit more audible. That was the goal. You know, I should normally start with the drum mix, but it was too annoying for me to, you know, work with that. And now I will do the second annoying thing, which is putting unnecessary stuff out. Okay, that's right now good enough. And I guess this is the part where I kind of try to remix the whole drum bus, which will be quite annoying, but I have to do it, so let's do it. It's gonna be very interesting because I most of the time kind of ran away from using the whole thing, the whole kit unprocessed. I always use the processed versions of it. Oh wait, look at this. This was startup. Wow. Okay, disable this and disable this. I'm not using. Okay, interesting. So I didn't have to do anything for here. Take those out. Actually, at least for symbols I can keep my own parallel processing. It's just, you know, one stuff less to worry about. So let's start with the kick. Kick in, kick out. There should be a kick bus. Yeah, this one. And of course we will also do the parallel compression. That's something else. So let's start with this one. When I solo something, you are not able to hear me because of the project's thing. For that reason, I have to constantly check if it's working or not. One thing, kind of a magic, and it's always there, so I should start with that. And normally I do the top-down mixing stuff, but at least for the tone, maybe I can do a small escape. It's again from Noli mix bus enhancer. It's not a mix bus thing anymore, so okay, that's something I was missing. And not sure even if I put the instrument bus stuff here now, will it be working well? Maybe I can update them later. Yeah, let's do it, because I never tried it that way, and I think it's gonna be very interesting. Not for you maybe, but for me it's gonna be interesting. And I'm only focusing on the drums right now, so where is it? Put the nullies. That's actually not much different than glue stuff, but again. If you hear it, it's not actually the best thing to put it there, but I think it's not gonna be a big difference for me when I'm working on it. And normally in top-down mixing, you always start from the top, so I think it's okay to put that. And disclaimer, I always go through the whole thing by using presets. Much easier for me, and I don't care too much about it. But of course, if I hear that it's kind of bad, then I kick it out. That's the whole idea. So let's start with the, what the hell is that? There was a metal kick. Yeah, this one. But this one is kind of too much. As you can see here, there's a 10 dB difference, so I just use them kind of later. So and there's too much bleed. What's the reason for that? What? What's happening? It's kind of interesting that everything, is coming from the wrong places. This is kick. Kick in is correct. It's just snare is wrong. Okay, I understand. Oh fuck, that is really bad. I wasn't expecting to make that in the stream. Yeah, just take the outputs. Turbo, kick in, kick out, snare, everything's correct, but for some reason kick in, kick out, overheads, snare. Whoa, this is kick out. It's supposed to be snare top. I don't know when it's changed. Okay, that apparently that's the only issue. Oh, thank God. Okay, let's hear it. I'm gonna put a very small additions here. It's I'm not adding the bass into the equation right now. It's gonna be later section. I'm gonna use a suit for that, but there's this Fresh Air is a free plugin. If you're interested, it's a really nice one. I think it's powerful enough. Something to work with. But before, since I'm already omitting the EQ, omitting the lows, sorry, here, I think I should already, put them out and use my own stuff here. Okay, you cannot hear the snare yet, but I think it's something like a good start. And of course, after that, I will go back to the top-down approach, and I will recheck the whole thing after working on the snare. And I always start with the normally it shouldn't be here, but anyway, let's use this and isolate snare. Interesting, for some reason I'm hearing overheads on snare, so let me fix that. Just a second. I think it is related to what shouldn't be the issue here. Sorry, what should be the issue here? Stack, crash, rights, heads, splash, float. Heads are in the float tone? What is that? Splash should be here, right should be here, crash right should be here, stack should be here, overhead should be here, mono should be here, room 1 should be here, room 2 should be here. What's happening? Let's check all of them. Mono is in the overhead. What's going on? Rack tom, floor tone 1, floor tone 2, overheads here, mono here, room 1, room 2. I think it's gonna fix, of course it's gonna fix. I am fixing everything. Overhead should be here, mono should be here. I don't know why this happened this way. I think it's something about what I sold before, but it's stuck with the settings. Probably the turbo setting. I had to move everything. Yeah, let's hear it. Let's hear it. But I think I know what's the problem here. This overheads should go to overheads, right? That's correct. And none of the other stuff should go, so just take those out. I already took all of them out anyway, but still. And room should be go to room 1 is okay. We solved the routing issue. Let's continue. Yeah, sorry for that. I certainly didn't expect this to happen. Okay, let's continue with we can do the EQ again. Get rid of the unnecessary area. Time to soothe. There is a plugin for this. Sorry, preset for this from the man himself, Nolly. And I always use that. Was it for symbols though? Did I remember? Yeah, dampen. No, symbol smooth. Yeah, it's wrong one. Let's cut it out. I just remember like there was something for it. It's okay. It's not that. Let's recheck. By the way, next step is working on the rooms. Just kick and snare is part of it, a big part of it, so that's why. This part is just it should be checked with the drum bus. The next part is going to be the toms, and I'm looking for them at the moment. Yep, this one. Yeah, okay. And none of those things are actually normally I do everything from processing to handling, you know, with the gains and all the faders by themselves for each tom, but for this one I will try something. And I want to push them a little bit more, but not sure. Yeah, actually I should use the virtual mix rack individually and check the compress levels individually, because it all depends, you know, from tone to tone. And let's start with the rack tom. It's the not the vintage one. Okay, not so bad to continue. We have a small issue. The issue is that floor tom 2 is not going to floor tom 2. It goes to floor tom 1. Oh my god, the whole thing changed again, and I don't understand. I'm sorry, I need to save this again. For some reason, contacts made something wrong. And I realized only checking the other tone. While only checking the other tone. It's supposed to be this one, this one, this one. Yeah, when you're routing, you will not have these problems unless, like me, you're working on, you know, streaming and stuff. Overheads here, mono here, room 1 here, room 2 here. Really sorry for this. Tone 1 here, tone 2 here, overheads here, mono here, room 1 here, and room 2 here. I don't know how to save this though. Hats here, even though I'm not using it. Oh, sorry. Splash, rides, crash rides, stacks, of course, overheads, mono, room 1 and room 2. Okay, finally, just finally. I can talk. What I did was, you know, a couple small additions, like a mix, and I'm not fully sure about most of them. I will touch overheads next, and after that probably I will continue with the bass because it needs a big attention. I add the soothe stuff later for a cleaner mix, then I will go back to the top area. And for this we need to start with the EQ. Where the hell is it? Yeah. Not sure when I'm gonna add the gain reduction on this. Maybe it's time to do it, but I think it sounds okay. And I'm not doing that on makeup because I want to try this thing. Maybe it's gonna add a little bit saturation. It's a brand new stuff. I mean, it's not brand new by itself. It's brand new for me because I just bought it yesterday. So do we have anything just for the drum stuff? Not so much. Controlled bass, parallel thunder drums. Wow, it's also possible to do it there. Oh, nice. Whoa. This thing can work as parallel bus. Damn. Okay, I didn't know. Just remove it for now because this thing has a learning curve. Let's close from here. This is the next step, the bass. find kind of bassy or bass slash guitar area synthesizer, but this one, it's too floppy. I think it's not gonna work for the song. I have to put some gain there and make it like minus 1.8 for now. Let's try. thing is not hitting. It's very interesting that they are resetted as well. I hope I didn't lose too much stuff. So, so far we didn't add the parallel bus. We didn't work on the whole mix. We just do partial stuff, which was kind of boring and muted because I had to mute my own track, mute my own voice. I'm not even thinking about creating timestamp for this because it was a kind of back and forth idea. Instead, what I can do for you, or maybe myself, is to, talk about it. If you have any questions, we can add it. So far, how it sounds is like this, and I took a couple of stuff from production, and it was bad, but I have to re-add them anyway because I think the guitar and bass requires a little bit support. But so far it sounds like this without the full mix, I mean semi-mix. Interesting thing that I was thinking of putting more saturation on these toms, but I think if I go a little bit back and push this a little bit more, I think it's gonna be more than okay. Where was it? Yeah. I didn't even use sidechain compression on bass or even guitars yet. I was thinking it's gonna be necessary, but apparently not. And even more interesting, I didn't do the parallel compression yet, but let's continue with that. Actually, I'm gonna send this is completely uneducated. I'm just sending the first levels, probably more for the snare, and I will add the tones a little bit to get the attack here and there, especially on the attack with the transitions. I am not putting on overheads anymore. I'm definitely not doing it. The bass, and we'll add on the parallel bus. Oh, Buri, welcome, man. And for you, special Turkish. Hoş geldin abi. Teşekkür ederim geldiğin için. So Buri is amazing guitarist, by the way. Just check his channel. He's doing, 15 times better stuff than me. So you definitely need to check out. But don't leave yet. Just, after the stream. And I'm gonna push a little bit more on guitar as well, and we're gonna hear the parallel bass. I hope you will be able to hear, because I am feeding it to the instrumental bass, but let's see. If you can't, it's gonna be a quick process, so don't worry. By the way, when I mute myself, sorry, when I solo something, I also mute myself, so that's why I'm not speaking. Sorry for that. I still couldn't find anything, like a workaround yet, so sorry about it. We're not adding anything. We're actually, trimmer can stay, but I'm gonna close it for now. It's not working anyway. But I will use the distressor for the parallel compression, and it's gonna be interesting. Buri says that was a lie. It was not, but thanks for the shout out. Always, man. Always. So I don't know too much about distressors, thing. All I know is I have to click ratio many times, like 20:1, and distressor is very fast, pretty fast. That's why I'm gonna use it. And maybe it's not the best idea, but we're gonna check that together, basically. By the way, I will do something else. I think you should always do that, but for some reason I forgot it. I'm gonna put a marker. This is for the intro. Intro is pretty small anyway, and the main riff, and from there we go to the breakdown, and this is slow-mo breakdowns, or just slow breakdown. Okay, now let's use the breakdown to understand if it's gonna be a I think it's not so bad. Let's try to level it up and make sure it's gonna work well. And it's better to do that in the main riff, actually. somewhere. That's at least good to hear, you know, from the beginning. What I want to check it out now, I mean, I'm not going to leave it like this because we didn't even use half of the plugins that I normally use. I just want to set this up and make sure if it's going to, you know, work or not. And normally this tape stuff is making its very small amount of saturated, creates some excitement and so on. There's one thing I normally don't do, but I have to do it for the sake of the stream, which is putting the mastering plugins on the same bus with the mix stuff, because I normally put them in different stuff, and if there's any problem with mixing, I suspect, I close every single mastering plugin. I try to re-listen and make sure if it's, you know, working or not. There's no divider, so that's why I am sending them to another bus, which will be called master bus. Not a joke. And for this reason, or I mean for the stream reasons, I will do everything in instrumental bus, and it's gonna be a scary big stack of plugins. Please bear with me because it's not something you should scare of. The last thing, which is pretty interesting, is the soothe, because there's a mastering thing that I put every single thing I do in the master bus. There's always this plugin and this preset, which is the balance to the Grammy Awards. I didn't win anything yet, I didn't win any stuff yet, but so far they sound good. And now we're gonna apply the magic, which is, I just see that. Actually, I should add it first. It depends on what it has. Let me show it to you. It's Nolly's official thing. It's the instrumental bass magic. We have a distressor, we have some EQ. Actually, this is the exact same EQ that I put on the drum bass. It's kind of interesting that it's called instrumental magic. Let's check. Wait. That's not the one. That's not the one. This is the one. No. Oh, come on, man. I swear I hate this. No, kick magic, snare processing, snare top saturator. This is really bad. I really check everything because it works fine. As you can see, this is kind of same. Maybe I should took it out, but if I took it out, it will completely change the mix. So let's leave only, wait a second, this is 2.7. Let's keep it. Let's keep it, but probably it's not gonna be a good one. I don't want to put this. I definitely don't want to put this because in the drum bass it was working fine, and the compressor does a really nice thing actually, but it makes it extra punchy, which I wasn't actually looking for. So let me wait, where was it? Yeah, I closed it. It's here. I'm just gonna remove that because normally it's a drum bass thing. I don't know why they put it on with the title of instrumental bass magic. It's not instrumental bass magic anymore. Let's continue. Probably most of you guys don't have this plugin because you guys are really clever and you didn't buy this. And I'm even more clever and I bought it. This is the Gullfoss for mixing. There's also mastering version and real-time version. And it's gonna do a small analysis. I'm gonna give it like 25% of recover and tame range, very small amount of bias, and not sure if I should brighten the mix, but let's try it. Just let's try it. I'm not gonna boost anything, by the way. Second magic using the same plugin, but for the mastering it's not a big deal. And for the mastering, even though they give you shit ton of options like 100%, don't use it that way because it's gonna change a lot of things. It's gonna a big boost and it's gonna open the mix too much, maybe widen it. And normally I use stereo widener, and when I do it, this will act differently. I mean, it's kind of obvious, but sometimes you gotta say it, right? And bias will be smaller. I'm just gonna give a couple percent for the brighten because we already did it. So adding too much, I'm not quite sure if it's gonna affect too much. You can also, by the way, limit the processing, but I don't do it because I like it that way, and it doesn't push the lows too much. That's the most important part. I'm gonna do a small trimming. Normally it's against the rules. I mean, there are no rules in this one, but I think I have to do it. So I'm gonna use one virtual channel and one trimmer, and I'm not gonna change anything. I'm not gonna do a parallel compression or something like that. When I push this, maybe it can add more. I'm gonna use, normally I'm using this one, but yeah, maybe I can work around it. I'm gonna add a small drive and let's hear it, and I'm gonna trim a little because I wanna create some space for the mastering. That's how it's done. But there's a small catch. I think I should do it after the compression because it will give me a little bit more options and I don't have to push too far because it's gonna change the how the compression sounds as well. That's kind of scary. And I'm not adding any limiter until I finish the whole thing. Normally when I start, I should have add just limiter without changing anything, not like ozone or something like that. But at least for this one, it's gonna be a little bit different because I already had the headphones, I know what I do. By the way, I should normally check the exact same mix with a couple more options, with using sound ID from SonarWorks, but I didn't buy the virtual monitor version yet. I did a trial and it's amazing actually, and it's gonna give me more options to check my mix. But I already have my Kali LP version 2s, LP6 version 2s, and I'm gonna do the check in there as well. I already have a setup environment and a calibration, so I don't want to work on that too much basically. And probably I'm not gonna finish the whole process Maybe I will, I don't know. But when I do, I will also check the whole mix and also mastering, because maybe we can touch that. I just do a auto mastering because I don't know too much. I watched a lot of stuff about that, but I don't like to export and bounce individual stems and through that do a small automations and check the section and energy of the song. This is a very small project, so it's not gonna be it's not gonna worth my while. That's why. And the whole thing that I'm doing gonna be a template for riff writing. I'm just gonna copy and paste my riffs and write the whole MIDI sections and boom, basically. So we didn't finish yet, right? So the next step is let's hear it again, and I'm gonna check after that. Sorry, match EQ was wrong. Exciter, no. Dynamic EQ, no. Okay, I think for this one I will only add the imager, and after that I will change. But before I do, there is one trick I want to check out, which is adding a widener here, because there's a lot of context that is already stereo, and I don't want to make this one in the middle, so I have to find it first, right? No, not this one. Imaging, yeah. Stereo spread. And it works kind of interesting, so I'm still trying to learn and master this one. It totally opened up, and I'm gonna do actually something else. I do a big cut here, so maybe I should add actually a second instance of ProQ, not dynamics, yeah, this one. And I'm gonna do a big drop and big push with mid-level thing, like this riff area. Actually, it should work a little bit different than I was imagining it. What I can do is push the mids here and cut them here to create area for the bass. And I will do another one. This is side processing, and I'm gonna push here. Biggest move, but I think it's gonna work well. Sorry, I couldn't talk. And snare is not hitting well yet. Put it more. And if you realized, I didn't touch fully on the guitars yet. There's no compression, and EQ is kind of small amount. And of course I'm gonna run to the autonomy of this thing. Use, actually it's not a good suite for guitars, because I will definitely not, I will definitely use this EQ, but I will definitely not use these moves. Let's start with this one. Whoa, there's something. Okay, now I want to push this a little bit more, especially on the post-production side. This is the MIDI part of the bass, and it's exactly a copy, but I realized that I didn't do a humanization on them yet, so let's recopy them. Okay, now it's much better. And the tone I chose was stupid, just stupid, plain stupid. Because it's not good for this low stuff. So two things: this is really too low, and it's supposed to be part of the whole guitar, not the bass actually, but I'm gonna change that soon. But to my ears it sounds too floppy, and I'm not the best guy to choose this stuff, so I will wander around just a couple more of these synths and make sure that I have something that at least I want, and I will start with the ones that I like, so hopefully it'll be a little bit faster process. This is at least something. But this needs a little bit push. So let's start with the yeah, let's think about it. I think I should start with an EQ, because there's a certain area that I want to touch, which is around the bass start, and it's that's not the one. Wait a second, that's not the one. Yeah, you should go something like this, because I want to touch the bass slash guitar area, and it's supposed to be a glued thing. It's supposed to support the whole riff. That's the whole idea of it. It shouldn't touch the high frequencies, it shouldn't work with the clean ambient guitar. It should actually work quite rhythmic stuff. But I'm not gonna push it like this. I will compress it a little, but I'm not gonna push it too much. It should just, you know, give the hits. That's the goal. And one more thing, I want to use the second synthesizer, and I want to use the same stuff, like same riffs and so on, but I want to use it only for the sections where I go with legato stuff, because I mean, it's not legato, it's just hammer on and lettering pull-offs, so that's kind of important detail here. But I want to push this a little bit more. Definitely unmute it so I can hear it. And this tone is actually good, but I cut it back as much as possible, because I don't want this to be a part of the whole thing. I just want to have the same melody, like I have this, I just put the bass synth. I want to have the second version, which is gonna work for the high frequencies, and it's gonna fill the mix. I don't want it to be in front of you. I want it to be present. I mean, present, basically. And again, clean guitar is 2 front, and I want to push it back, but when I push it back, we will have a problem. It's not gonna be audible, and it'll sound like shit. So here I have this problem. I pushed everything too much. That drum stuck at the back, but drum should be at the front, not guitars or whatever. So it's gonna be a little bit hard to do this, but I have to do it this way. I'm gonna push everything a little bit harder to back, and same actually goes for impacts, and all other stuff will stay the same because they work against the sections, and they work with the drum bus. So I want to put some gain on a bass and drop it like 4 dB. Gonna change soon. I have to check the whole thing. Now probably I cut everything too much that drums will be in front, but at the same time mix will be a little bit different, so I have to go to instrumental bus and fix everything. One issue. Okay. It's not an issue. Sorry. No issues. I only processed this one. Of course, I should just process that one because I did a big cut on high frequencies. So it should stay there. And let's put the last one here because it's taking too much space from the mix. This is the thing I want. Drum is front, drum is pushing, drum is fixing everything. And we didn't change anything here yet. Even a simple trick will change everything, you know. I'm gonna put all the kicks around 105. I'm gonna put all this. Whoa, what is this? Okay. This is the highest snare is 100, so I'm gonna push it a little bit more because I'm gonna do a randomization. I'm okay with it goes too high, but okay, these guys will be 104. That's the most important part. These guys will be like 116. I wanna, you know, hit them hard. The other stuff, it'll be changed, and you know, both time-wise, and they will also change, you know. I'm gonna do a humanization after all, but it's gonna work a little bit differently. First of all, in order to give this humanization at least a chance, I should do length cutting. It's not even important because, you know, when I say hit, it's gonna hit. That's why there's nothing we should worry about, but I will just click these things and actually do say dollars snap to grid. I'm gonna mute it. No, wait, actually put it back and close snapping. Now I can cut this, as you can see. Why I did this, whoa, sorry, why I did this is basically I'm gonna do a humanization in a couple of seconds, and when I do it, I don't want them to overlap with each other. That's the thing I don't want to do. And when I do a humanization, I'm not doing like, you know, you should go 1 second or 1 bar in front. That's stupid. That's why I'm just doing a very small amount, but actually we can do it a little bit more. Maybe I can push it a little bit depending on what drummer is going to play. So let's do the first humanization, which is cheapest. The most stupid one. 10 is good for the velocity. Actually, let's make it 8. And right now I randomized everything minus plus 8. This is basically just, you know, knowing that drummers are not robots, and I applied that everywhere. And the only thing I have to check here, if there's, you know, huge push like this one, that's a huge push, but I think it's kind of okay because it's a crash. So if it's snare or if it's kick, that's something you normally don't, you know, push too much. And since it's just a demo, I'm not gonna do something like every even kick should be lower, every first, and odd time kicks should be higher in velocity, because it's a drummer. It's not, one of the one of the foots are one of the foot. Yeah, one of the foot, I think. Sorry, one of the foot is much stronger than the other one, and that's why we should do things like that. But I don't want to push that much, especially this one, because it's just a stupid demo basically. So now we're gonna do the time humanization, which is the velocity humanization is the easiest and the coolest thing. After that we have the time humanization, which is this position thing. The real time humanization is the sustain, but timing humanization, I should call it, is the position of what the hell are you playing. And I'm gonna push it a little bit. I don't care the length. I'm just gonna push just a small amount. Whoa, yeah, just a small amount of this, like I think 15 is a good number here. And I'm gonna choose, okay, not everything, because there's a second very important thing. Maybe I should also check the editor and see if you're seeing this. Yeah, you're seeing this. The second most important thing is to understand when something, a section starts, like a drummer, like a guitar, every musician, if it's the first couple of notes of the section, of course you're gonna be on time. That's expected, and you're focusing that. But the overall riff, overall kicks, overall snares, overall, the rest of the riff, of course you're human, it's not gonna be on time. So for that reason, I'm gonna take these small chunks, and for every small chunk here I will do small humanizations. That is kind of important, because I know that, for example, the fourth bar will start with the second repetition of the same riff, and I know, at least as a musician, as a guitarist, I will be on time. And if I had a drummer friend and he or she playing it, what could be interesting is to see they are playing, and I'm sure they will be, they will try to play on the grid, especially the first notes. That is the important stuff. So yeah, so what I'm gonna do is move this right like this, and I'm gonna choose these notes, except the first note of the grid. This part. And now I'm gonna do a small movement like this. Now hear it. It's not on the grid, it's not robot, it's basically humanized now. And it's not the biggest move, I know, but at the same time it makes everything, humanized. You don't have to play everything on the grid. It's kind of impossible. You're as a guitarist, you're not Steve Vai, okay? I'm not Steve Vai, and I will make these mistakes, both timing and velocity and so on. So drummers are also not robots, so we are doing this because of that. But just make sure. Sometimes I do 10 to 12 with this randomization. I did 15 because I wanted to push it a little bit. I don't know if it's gonna be a better one or not, but when I hear it, I think it's okay. It's still in time. Yeah, I think it's more than okay. And since it's a boring process, you can ask some questions if you have. And actually I will go back to make it like 13 and operate that way. make it back. For some reason I constantly close humanize, and I shouldn't. Again, that's on the grid. This 12th bar on the grid, so I'm not touching the first notes. Forbidden. Kinda forbidden. This is also done. Since you already heard how it sounds and how it's different when you do humanization, I'm just gonna do it automatically. And not automatically. I'm just not gonna explain anymore because I already did. That's why. And this is the second repetition. We're gonna do the exact same thing. But is it ending on 20? Yes, but this area is quite spaced out, and I realized that I pushed the whole thing, the whole clean tone a bit much. And it was wrong, but I'm not going to automate the saturation. It's much better to have a cleaner tone and automate the volume. I mean, it just makes sense because saturation will affect the tone and how it's gonna be present, but when I automate the volume, at least I know that the tone will be different. You know, if there's a track that is saturated and you automate the saturation, you constantly change the harmonics, and it's not a reliable thing to follow. I mean, maybe you can follow it, but I can't. At least I won't. Okay, we did very small amount of saturation, and I could also do it with, you know, mix knob. I can also send this actually to let's send it just a little bit of amount to, where the hell is that thing, to the parallel bus. Maybe it'll be interesting, and I will only check it on the slow-mo breakdown. It made it a little bit present. I think it's good enough. I mean, now I don't have to automate too much. Maybe I will do it later. And so far, since I did the humanization, I didn't do it with the bass because I have to do it by hand. And in the demo and in the live stream, it's gonna take too much time. So I will do it later. But at least I did the velocity humanization, so we can check out the whole riff. Okay, this is kind of closer to the end. I mean, we still a lot things to do, but at least now we have this mixed and glued sound. Hopefully you're gonna like it, and we can continue with adding more stuff in the instrumental bass and mastering. I think kick is losing something. I remember that Guys, I have to talk about something. There was actually an EQ here, but it is removed. That's why maybe I should re-add it. I hate this crashes of Logic. At this point, I want to check the other stuff. Yeah, this one stays as it is. You see, I don't understand, you know, why the first EQ ever I put is kind of removed and the next one is still there. This one is also here. I don't know. Interesting. Now we have a little bit more low end. And I want to do the same thing kind of on toms, maybe individually, because they have their root notes are on different places. And probably we can gather the whole mix from there. I basically added everything. The next step is quite small. It's not even, you know, too important to, you know, talk about it in the stream, so to say. Let's find a place where I can hear this. Oh. Again, since I I solo some of the tracks here, I am not able to talk. I mean, I can talk, but you're not gonna hear it, so that's why I shut up. This is I just added, you know, something I normally don't think about, because I'm going to change the envelope filter again. But when I add this, my idea is that not giving too much low end, so limiter can work without, you know, this to adding too much limiting too much low end, even though I have a filter for below 60 Hertz. And for this part is just giving the clean ambient bass a little bit more space, especially on the transitions, because I really want to hear it. And that's why it is another mindless trick that I use. My sound is quite obvious. It's the instrumental prog metal sound. I mean, if I play the whole riff again, if there are new people, I see there are 5 viewers, just let me know if you want to hear the whole thing so I can play it for you. And in that sound, it's kind of obvious what are the steps that you're doing, basically. Yeah, now hear it. Not quite sure if cymbals are too pushed, but I think it's fine. At least this is the only resource I'm using. I will change it to the Callies, but it's literally middle of the night, so I'm not able to do that. That's gonna be the tomorrow's work, and for that reason, or for right now, I'm not planning to show that part. I mean, I cannot even hear myself, right? So normally I don't put the limiter in the middle, but maybe I should do it. More importantly, I will open this. This ozone is only for imaging, because I didn't use the imager yet. It's not working anyway, but there is a reason, because the ozone that I use for limiter is different from the ozone that I use for imager. I put the reference track on the imaging one because I don't want to change too much space, and sometimes I change the limiter, I change the whole mastering suite, and when I do it I also lose the reference track. So I put those things aside basically. And alternatively, you can definitely use, send another track, put it in the DAW, send it to stereo out, but this is a live stream and I'm not able to show that to you guys if I do it that way, at least. So you are going to hear a couple of songs, and they are in the, oh shit, there's a lot of stuff here. I think it's in the Logic. There's supposed to be tone sources, MIDI libraries, reference tracks. Yeah, that's the one. Oh, but for some reason it's empty. What's happening? There were tracks. Maybe they stuck in here. Yeah, here, reference downloads. I should move all those stuff. So I will use rule of nines for this one, and I will also use, if there's, event animate. I will use both, and I will probably go this area. I need to put them back a little bit, because even though I limit, I don't get this loudness, and I don't try to, because Instagram will push even more than streaming platforms, and I really hate that. That's why I don't push that much. Of course we need to hear it, right? As you can see, as you can hear, my kick and my snare is actually not pushed enough. So I already have, I actually don't have a gain plugin here. So let's push it like 3 dB. Actually, this is too much. Let's make it 2. Maybe even that is too much. Let's put it here and open the one that I use for snare. As you can see, I pushed it too much, but still it's not enough, because I don't know. And this time I realized that I need to push the rhythm guitar a little bit. And I didn't add the soothes yet, which will be even more interesting when you hear about. But I want to level at least this kick and snare, because they're giving the most energy on the song. More. It asks for more. How can I do it? Push the parallel both with the gain. Okay, let's check the breakdown to check if I break anything. Okay, it's not so bad. And I also want to add Heavener to make sure it has even a bigger snare. So maybe I can even add a snare boom for the second slow mode breakdown. But let's see. By the way, if you're not a subscriber, why you're not a subscriber, just subscribe. I want to see your name on the screen. Support the channel, please. I have to go back. I am kind of sure about that, so as you can see, kick is huge on this one, and of course the snare is even bigger than the split box, but if I push that much, probably I won't be able to come back. And I have one more trick that I want to try. I never done it before. It's gonna be the first time I'm doing it. Probably, I'm sure everyone did it before me, but still. Where the hell is that? Yeah, I'm gonna use the fresh air for the toms, just a little bit. And I wanna check it here. That's good. It made it a little bit more present. Let me do a quick A/B for you, so you can also check it. It actually worked really good. I didn't expect that. Interesting. I already do the saturation, but I think this one increases over 10k, and it was kind of good and interesting. Okay, so we have almost everything already. Maybe I should recheck the impacts and such. I don't want to work on the sense too much. Maybe I can duct them depending on, you know. I think it's a good idea. Let's add it. I think I should add this. This is now the soothe time. I'm gonna add a lot of soothe. It's gonna sound good. It's gonna feel weird, but it's okay. I was feeling the same. This area like this. We're gonna put a side chain. We're gonna choose the rhythm guitars. I will create space for rhythm guitars, and I'm gonna do it by ducking the area where bass and guitar lies together, and the rest of the area, which is guitars mids and present area, it's gonna stay untouched. That's the goal. And I'm gonna do the exact same thing with the clean guitars. I'm not putting them like a melody bus because I want to treat them differently. And after that, we're gonna put a soothe on rhythm guitars, which will be even more interesting because we're gonna push the melody then. Okay, shut up, Yasin, and show us the trick. Sorry, you gotta hear both things. Shit. the good thing is I can just put this to clean guitar right away. I'm not quite sure if I should put the sidechain again, but at least it's gonna give us, where should I put it? Here. Actually, at the end is better. Sorry. Let's put it again, because it will work depending on that. If I duck something and I saturate it again, it doesn't make anything. I mean, it does something, but still. I'm gonna do the same thing, and I'm gonna do it many times. This is Nolly's preset. I'm gonna push this gain down. I'm gonna put the tape down. I'm just gonna wait. Okay, it's on the edge. When I chuck, it's gonna do the small compression. Sorry, saturation. I just want to make sure. The next part, there will be 2 extra suits for rhythm guitar. One to create space as fast as possible to snare, and the second one create as much space as possible for cleans. Actually, not as much as possible, because I don't want to lose the guitars. I don't want to lose the level of the guitars. Yeah. If you like this, subscribe. If you don't like this, subscribe and comment why you didn't like it. At least when you like it, I know why. Because you probably listened something, heard something, and it's good for you. And this area is the snares, what it's called, the root node, basically. And I will use the side chain. I'm gonna use where is snare? Yeah, this one. And whenever we hit the snare, normally I was using, by the way, sidechain compression, but I realized I don't have to do that because I can create space for only certain place. I don't have to push the whole rhythm guitar down. Just a small area is kind of enough. And let's hear it. It's, by the way, it's supposed to be hard. It's supposed to be selective. It has to be fast, but we are already doing it fast, so. By the way, on the first round, I think I'm doing. I think I put the snare wrong place. Nope, here. Sorry. One more thing. These are too much. Let's put them back. And maybe it's supposedly it's not gonna be on the stream, but I will do something else to drums, which is adding more ghost notes because it's kind of boring, at least for a drummer. And I want to put a couple of ghost notes around, or something like that. Maybe a drummer can do this. Wait. Yeah, of course they can. They're good. I mean, I supposedly have a good drummer. So I will add a couple of things here. I have to go to the thing. This is the thing. I hope everything is good here. Yeah, that's good to hear. I'm gonna drop the envelopes. This is something I just remember. And I will go to the settings on both and I will check a good symbol for left. Either this or I don't know why I always love the architect symbols. Okay, we got a winner. It's E2. Come here, go up. I will start the whole thing with E2. Then we will continue with that. Let's hear it on the first note, and I'm gonna try again. That's wrong. Okay, that's good. Probably I should also edit for the whole thing, for the whole gang, because I mean I like the sound. Wrong place, sorry. Yep, this one. And I really like this, you know, left hand stuff. And normally it's always going on snare, and I always have the thought like, is it gonna be okay for the drummer to, you know, go as fast as possible to that point. So that's why most of the time I'm not putting it, but when I do, it's good. So wrong place. Okay, that's not bad. I think it requires a little bit more change, at least for drum wise, but when I listen to it, when I export it to listen, I will try to do some air drumming and make sure that my hand, you know, hits somewhere. Especially on the breakdowns. Maybe I can add more cymbals. I gotta check probably a couple more playthroughs from 2 or Matt Halpern and so on. One comment. Eldar Safaro, 2 hours on make riffs and 3 hours on production. Dude, that's how it is, you know. And if you suck on riffing, you gotta fix it on the production. It's taking time. And normally I was going to stop after production touches, but I removed the synths. Then I start mixing. Then I put the synths back. If I had the right synths, I was kind of fine to do mixing later, but it's kind of mixed. I mean, no pun intended, but yeah, that's how it is. I didn't touch the bass too much, but I think bass and kick works well together, so I'm not going to try to add something even more. I was thinking of using the exact same thing for the bass and double it, but I think it's gonna take too much space, and I really don't want that. Synth is supporting good enough. Like, I'm gonna play it and let's try to remove synths. Maybe I should push a little bit more. And what I like about these synths, now in the breakdown section, when I do this small jumps, synthesizer has this sustain and transient that is much longer than the guitar itself, and because of that it creates a small I'm not gonna say reverb because, you know, it's not the guitar, but still I think it's a bit of interesting thing. And normally I don't keep the guitars dry. I will try to add some reverb, but I fear that it's gonna change the whole thing too much. So maybe I should, you know, do something like -20 on reverb, because it's kind of important to put it, but at the same time it's just for, you know, making that a little bit real, you know. And I lost my reverb. Yeah, not chroma word, space designer. High likely I will, whoa, sorry, I will use the small space room with, okay, it wasn't, I use the drum chamber for snare, and I will use jazz guitar room, definitely not. I'm the last guy to play jazz and the first guy to enjoy jazz. So live stage, recording room, maybe that should give something. Okay, let's listen that on a mix. Where did I do wrong? This is the clean bus, right? It's bus 15. Yeah, that's correct. We have sidechain on, and it's processing fast, of course. Sorry, my bad. I think it's time to check the references again. It's gonna be again day and night difference, but I think I'm fine with that this time. Sorry, I forgot to close this. First of all, we don't have enough snare. I pushed so much of this. I got a fear that it's gonna break. I'm gonna add a couple more wetness on the reverb. It's kind of fair. And the next step is the augmentation, which will work only on this one, the drums augmentation, and it's gonna work only for snare and only for a couple of snares. As you can see, we have already a couple of stuff there, right? Big snare enhancer, big snare decay. I want to push this a little bit more. I'm kidding, I'm gonna push it like hell. But and I want to add one more thing. I cannot duplicate this, right? I really forgot how I am adding this. I think it was just drag and drop, and I'm gonna take you through my samples. It's here on my SSD, sample libraries, drum shot, Taylor Larson, Luke Holland. There's supposed to be a boom sound. Yeah, this one. No. Okay, maybe I should work on it by myself. No, this is not what I want. If you're not hearing this, it's kind of okay. Okay, none of them will work for me. But it's good to push the decay a little bit and at least get the sound. But there must be a reason that why this thing is not working at the moment. It is root key root key is D0. Is it? Is it though? Move it and it's D0. Did you lose the sample? Or is this working and it's working. Okay, I should push it a little bit more. Now I realize that it's part of the, compression. That's why it's not. And I'm gonna put the reverb on this one, so this will create the room sound. Oh, sorry, not room sound, boom sound. Sorry, stupid naming. Another space designer, but this will be huge, I think. Like that, I like it. Okay, I like that. I like that. Then we're gonna add another gain. I want to push this as much as possible. But I want to compress it as well, because I realized that it's too much. I like the tail. That's why I like the boom. But at the same time, it has to work a little bit faster than it should, and it shouldn't push the original snare. That would be a good idea, but not today. Fast attack, very small release, and it's not auto. And let's hear it. I like it. I really like it. So now I'm gonna cheat. Mastering, automatic mastering. I can also use Apple's one, but maybe I should. Okay, I'll do something. I'm not quite sure if it's gonna be a good thing or not, but let's hear the whole thing like this and do the auto mastering stuff. I will do small changes, then after I will use Apple's own mastering, then I'm gonna move it and change a couple of things. Medium with modern stuff, yeah. Sorry, one more thing, very important thing. Yeah, okay, I have it. I just need to push it. It has its own saturation, but it's okay. Let's go. Now I had to create more space because it was already pushing, or it was already at the edge. It's not ideal. I should maybe use a gain reduction, maybe, but I don't. I mean, I just buy it, so I don't know how to use it, and I don't want to, you know, break my own system in front of camera. So yeah. I will do two things. One, set these levels. Second, I'm not going to touch any of those because these are literally important for me. I am not going to touch this one as well because I really like this 4, and it's going to be -14. Then I'm going to add Apple's one. Then I'm going to check if it's going to be a better to use two different limiters and have different colors as producers and a couple of my friends say. So before that, I should also check the imager and change the values because it's gonna change everything for this automatic process. So maybe I should push the button a little bit more, right? Let's start with this one. Let's redo it. Okay, I'm not sure about if I'm gonna use the custom EQ, but I'm doing it for adding a second color. Oh, I cannot. Shit. It's not better, by the way. I should just push it through my own ozone chain. Probably I'm gonna do something with this augmentation and snare boom. I can put it a little bit, duck it, but high likely it's gonna be okay. So we're gonna hear it for the last time because I heard the song enough and I wanna check the same thing with my monitors and do all the tweaks. Then I go back to my headphones, do a couple simulations like in a car environment and so on, and after that it's gonna be ready to push. It's gonna be ready to send through the, what it is called, I forgot it, send to the Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever you're using. You're gonna hear it if you're subscribed, if you're following. Yeah, that's how it is. So let's hear it for the last time, so I can actually eat something, go to sleep, and wake up and start working. If I work on this one a little bit more, I probably already got I'm already close to the fatigue area, and I don't want to push myself any further. So let's stop after listening for the last time. If you have any question, just ask it. If you don't have any question and think about one, come back and put it in the comment section. Never ever forget the subscribing, turn on the notification bell, and so on. I have one idea. I already pushed the timpani, and I wanna push the toms by 1 dB. I was just feeling that already. I was just feeling it in every single, this one same. Yep, it's much better. And it's time to get actually a bounce and listen tomorrow, I don't know, in the lunch time or whatever, and think about it a little so I can make my own mix notes. And I hope this storm is not bothering you, because if it does, it was doing its job for the last hour, and I'm not quite sure. I didn't even check the live stream. Okay, you can hear me. maybe you can hear the mix as well for the last 3 hours. That would be sad to know that you're not hearing anything. So yeah, so this is kind of the end of the stream. It's been 3 hours and 26 minutes. I cannot even, you know, believe it. Anyway, I wish all of you a good night. At least it's night here, and I see you all a nice week ahead. And you're gonna hear this thing this week or